In today's episode, let's read a little about the spiritual importance of incense. Namaste everyone and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So today let's read a little about the incense as a spiritual medicine. Let's read a chapter from Incense's book, which is called Aromatic Medicines, Traditional Wisdom and Spiritual Healing with Aromatic Plants. So this is the same book that I had read from last time, and you can download it from the website of Northwest School of Aromatic Medicine. I had given the link in the last episode as well, and I'll be giving it in this one. So you may just go to his website and download this free ebook for you. So let's read something about the incense from this book. So he is an incense maker himself, and this is the book that he's written. It's an ebook. It's a free ebook for everyone to download. So it says, the multifaceted medicine of incense. Oh yeah, and before we go ahead, you might just want to treat this as a podcast. So just grab your favorite tea, coffee, beverage, snacks, anything, and let me give you company while you relax. So let's start it. It says, the multifaceted medicine of incense. Many people I speak to about aromatics, even many who administer essential oils for medical treatment, are unaware that incense has played a major role in medicine for thousands of years. They may know of its spiritual associations, but as medicine, incense never fully put its root down in our Western culture. It's actually quite uncommon to meet someone here in the West who's aware of its profound history in medicine. And though some do, it's even more uncommon to find someone using it in their healing or aromatherapy practice. Incense is employed in various spiritual rites and rituals and has long been used to heal on the soul level through prayer and through its divine smoke. But it's played a major role in almost every culture on earth in terms of physical, mental, and emotional healing as well. Many esteemed medical traditions such as Ayurveda, Coptic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, Tibetan medicine, folk medicine, branches of herbalism and indigenous medicine traditions from around the world have all utilized the healing virtues of aromatic plants in the form of incense. Incense is traditionally used to heal and bring balance to a wide variety of physiological ailments and illnesses, as well as nearly every psychological imbalance known. Practitioners also use plant smoke to release, strengthen, heal, and regulate emotions, just as many aromatherapists do with essential oil. Many people are also unaware that incense is in fact the traditional roots of aromatherapy, the very foundation upon which the practice has been built. For over 5,000 years, people have successfully used incense as medicine for mind, body, emotions, and spirit. In many parts of the world, particularly in the East, incense is still used as a renowned and proficient medical application for countless imbalances and disorders. Incense and essential oils are both potent and effective forms of medicine. Each of these modalities has its place and its own indications for when they are best used. To practice aromatherapy holistically, it's important to understand how and when to utilize either of these two applications, as there are conditions and situations where one may be better suited than the other. Just like a tincture, tea, or topical preparation may be called for when treating particular imbalances in herbal medicine. Outside of grassroots herbal care, only those with advanced medical or herbal training should diagnose and prescribe aromatic herbal medicines for serious illnesses and imbalances. Essential oils should never be taken internally without the guidance and supervision of a professional licensed medical aromatherapist. Sacred aromatic plants of the world. The ancients passed on rich spiritual and medicinal wisdom of aromatic plants and incense over thousands of years of experience through human-plant relationships. They continually add to the tomb of wisdom of their ancestors while learning from the plants themselves. Early on in the ancient Indian system of Ayurveda, for example, there were once entire families who worked closely and solely with a single plant over entire lifetimes. This relationship was passed down through generations within the family. Cultivation, wild harvesting, ingesting, meditating with, and prescribing and healing with a particular plant were all aspects that were deeply and thoroughly explored in order to fully know the many levels of a plant's being, its teachings, wisdom, and healing. Through learning to understand a plant in its many forms and processes, teachings and gifts of the plant were revealed to an individual who grew to know the plant and its medicine intimately. Over centuries of this deep learning and cultivation of relationships, these families all helped contribute to the botanical healing wisdom of the great system of Ayurveda. Many of these plants were also considered sacred among the people of India and the Orient. Plants considered to be sacred to various cultures of the world, such as white sage, sandalwood, frankincense, jatamansi, or palo santo, have been honored, respected, and employed for their spiritual guidance and healing for ages. But what exactly makes a plant more sacred to humans than others? To put it simply, when something is considered sacred, it means its connection to the divine or spirit world is more pronounced. There's a certain feeling a sacred plant imparts within someone when they smell it, pray with it, use it ritualistically, or utilize it during meditation that generates a sense of magic, mystery, or wonder. Any plant can be considered sacred to an individual if they've had a powerful experience with it or a meaningful connection to it. But certain plants are known by entire cultures for their profound spiritual essence more than others. These are the plants that have been worshipped, honored, praised, and highly sought after for thousands of years. It's not only their heavenly aroma that has contributed to their popularity, but also their medicine, wisdom, and strength of their spirit as well. Most of these potent aromatics are believed to have powerful plant spirits that are able to heal on all levels, impart wisdom, trigger insights or revelations, aid in the evolution of consciousness, and offer powerful transformations for people on deep psycho-spiritual, and emotional levels. For millennia, these plants have been used for spiritual, ritual, medicinal, and aesthetic purposes. These same plants are still utilized hundreds of generations later with the same powerful results. Today, millions of people around the world still call upon the virtues of these special plants for balancing the physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual aspects of their lives. In addition to their use as incense and essential oils, the wood of sacred aromatic trees like sandalwood, agarwood, and Palo Santo have long been used as carving materials for ceremonial tools, idols, and religious and spiritual figurines. Many incense plants such as spikenard, frankincense, patchouli, and labdanum have been ritualistically used in sacred anointing oils or perfumes dating back to ancient Egypt. Plants such as sweetgrass, white sage, copal, and cedar have been used by Native Americans for countless generations for healing and medicine. Spiritual protection, cleansing, and purification of energies, enhancing of moods and emotions, and strengthening of focus and mental faculties. These plants play a major role in ceremonies and rituals of various tribes from Canada all the way to Central America. Quiet your mind so that you can hear what the Spirit has to say. Deborah Parker. There are certain aromatic plants that have a somewhat mysterious or magical effect on a person. The feeling, connection, and intimate experience with these plants is often of a more profound nature, engaging the soul, enlivening the senses, and awakening or moving the spirit in a new way. It's crucial that we learn to shut off our minds and fully open our hearts when choosing to experience aromatic plants, incense, and essential oils in a sacred manner if we are to truly listen and receive the special feeling, wisdom, and healing these powerful plants have to offer. We must learn to be fully receptive and aware within the moment when we experience their beauty, aromas, and essence. With all of this being said about spirit and sacredness, it's very important to remember that we also keep our feet firmly planted on the ground. The goal of the holistic aromatherapist, herbalist, or healer is to synthesize the two realms of science and mystery, the practical and spiritual, and not get too lost or tunnel visioned in either. It should also be a goal to be a clear channel and become a level-headed bridge between these two intrinsic aspects of healing and life. When the spiritual is successfully tied into the practical side of healing with plants and aromatics, the level of potency, precision, and effectiveness that can be reached is simply unmatched. When all aspects of a person and a plant, practical and spiritual, are integrated into your practice, whether you are a healer, hobbyist, or crafting cosmetics, new levels of insight, understanding, and proficiency are attained. A sustainable tradition. As the popularity and use of essential oil continues to skyrocket, the very serious reality of sustainability surfaces for many essential oil distillers and distributors, schools, and teachers of aromatherapy around the world. Tens of thousands of bottles of essential oil are purchased every day by consumers, and literally tens of millions of pounds of plant material is harvested and distilled each year around the world. The reality is that a lot of people who use essential oils for at-home grassroots healthcare tend to use much more than is actually needed in many cases. As more aromatic plants make their way toward endangerment, their future lies with the consumer and the practitioner. The unfortunate truth is that a lot of companies will always provide a product if there's a demand for it, even if they're importing endangered or threatened botanical species. That being said, it's important to request from distributors and distillers, large and small, that higher levels of sustainability, consciousness, and integrity be met at all times. As issues of sustainability become more prevalent, I often advocate the use of incense in cases where a similar level of healing can take place. Essential oils are certainly better suited in many cases of healing, especially when diluted and safely used topically or for other physical ailments. However, there are also many circumstances where it's possible to achieve healing with raw botanicals in the form of incense or infused herbal oils in place of essential oil. If people chose these methods of application over essential oil more often, much less plant material would be consumed. With thousands of people being turned on to our essential oil use each day, it's important that we all think about how we can reduce our consumption or use equally effective alternative materials in place of essential oils when possible to help lighten the strain on natural plant populations, especially those that are threatened or endangered. Just for perspective, there are many cases where a few ounces of distilled plant material produces just a single drop of essential oil. Imagine burning an ounce or two of sandalwood or jatamansi in the form of incense in one sitting. That would release a massive amount of potent medicine into the atmosphere. Medicine that could treat many patients experiencing emotional, psychological, or spiritual imbalances. If more aromatherapists began utilizing the traditions of medicine incense in combination with essential oils, millions of pounds of plant material could be saved from the still each year, and our natural plant communities of the earth would be given the break they need and deserve. At the same time, it's known in the research-based distilling community that not all natural chemicals and constituents of aromatic plants actually distill over with a plant's oil. This means that when distilled plant matter is given back to the earth or compost pile after it's processed, oftentimes powerful and effective medicine still contained within the plant material is also thrown away. For example, the boswellic acids found in certain species of frankincense that are used in alternative cancer treatment, in fact, do not distill over into its essential oil, regardless of what many essential oil companies may claim. Only the raw form of this precious resin contains these healing acids. And unfortunately, resin still containing boswellic acids is usually discarded after distillation. There are certainly many other beneficial chemical constituents present in frankincense essential oil, but using other extraction methods and preparations for topical application, burning it as incense or ingesting it by means of its traditional preparations are the only ways to truly benefit from boswellic acids and the wholeness of frankincense's medicine. The distillation of frankincense resin is one example of medical constituents left over in distilled plant material. But this is also the case with many other healing aromatic plants as well. When we separate and extract, we are essentially dividing the wholeness of a plant and its medicine. Essential oils are a much more potent medicinal extract indicated for a wide variety of disease and imbalances of the mind, body, emotions, and soul. But when burning incense, oftentimes a higher percentage of a plant's chemical components are released into the atmosphere. This is why each of these two forms of medicine are equally important to understand in holistic aromatherapy, as each application has its own indications, benefits, and virtues. Either could be better suited for you, your family, or patients, depending on each individual situation. As incense is the traditional roots of aromatherapy, its healing potential and medicinal virtues can be comparable to that of essential oils in many cases when healing on the psychological, emotional, spiritual, and respiratory levels. Though incense is often overlooked in our Western society, its effectiveness is renowned in older parts of the world where the use of essential oils was first discovered and developed, and where both modalities are still practiced to this day. For issues of effectiveness and sustainability in certain cases, the use of incense and essential oil should be one of the harmony for the holistic aromatherapist, folk herbalist, or at-home healer. Those who work with aromatic plant medicine would benefit to learn how to utilize both essential oils and incense together as integrated medicines, as the ancients have done for thousands of years. Both have their place as profound medicinal and spiritually enhancing modalities. So that was the reading for today. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you did like it, then give it a like. And if you think somebody can learn something from it, share it with them. Check out the description box for the link of this ebook. And do take very good care of yourself. Till we meet again. Namaste.